I don't know who needs to hear this. I probably need to hear it myself, but you're going to be okay. Things might be a lot right now, and you may not know how to feel, or you may not know where your head is at, and that's okay. You might be feeling sad today, or you might be feeling angry today, and your feelings are valid. Life can be really hard some days, but it can also be really easy at times. And that's part of the process. If you're hurting right now, I see you. If you're confused right now, I see you. If you are grieving, pissed at the world, losing your mind, going through a heartbreak, your dog ran away, I see you. Wherever you are at, you are seen, and it is time to begin your healing. And your healing doesn't have to be fast. I mean, most of the time, it takes way longer than any of us would like it to, and that's because we have soft hearts. Hearts that are vulnerable to the smallest amount of pain, of disappointment, of mistrust, and your heart deserves the time to heal. It deserves to be ready, to be full, and to be ready to allow for more beauty into it. The healing process isn't a one size fits all approach. I can't give you the magical recipe that will allow you to heal as much as I wish I could. You're going to have good days and you're going to have bad days. But the important thing is that you stay. I know it hurts, and I know it feels like it is the end of the world sometimes, and that there is no hope that things will get better. But they will. But you have to stay in order for that to happen. And despite what your mind may be telling you, and despite what you may perceive as happening in your world, you are loved. You are worth it. You are valued. And it shouldn't take a relationship ending or losing your job or whatever life has thrown your way for you to know these things. We often put so much weight on the negatives in our lives rather than the positives. Great first dates don't have us crying in bed for days. Celebrating time with family or getting a promotion doesn't have us incapable of feeling like we can't move. Receiving a good grade or welcoming someone new into our lives doesn't make us feel like we can no longer trust others. It doesn't make us raise our walls once again. But ironically enough, as much as we try to keep those things from happening, we need them. We need them to allow us to grow, to allow us to experience what pain is like, to allow us to know what we need. Think of when you scraped your knee really bad when you were younger, and it has left a scar. Now, you probably learned how to avoid that from happening again, but now think of your emotional pain the same way. You just can't see these scars forming. We're going to live with that experience, and that experience will never leave us. That time has become part of who we are, and it can be difficult to accept that. And it can be difficult to accept that something is over or that something is ending. But our lives are like a book, full of chapters. Some short and some long. Hell, some chapters may end right in the middle and we may never realize it. And as gloomy as it may be, we all know what the end of our book entails. We know how it ends, or rather, that it does end. None of us know what's next. None of us know why certain things are happening in our lives. But the only thing we do know is that we are the authors and we can write how we respond. We can create our narrative. And while we don't know what's going to happen next, we know that we have the power to begin our healing process. When the next person comes along or that new opportunity comes along, we shouldn't be writing on a page that is already full of scribbles or words of pain or completely blacked out lines. Our pages should be clean and open to allow for seamless sentences, thoughts, and new ideas. We can't write a new story when we are still writing or stuck on a previous chapter. So turn that page. Turn that page and allow yourself to breathe and start new. No good story is unreadable. No good story leaves the reader stuck in the previous chapter. Take your time. Treat your heart. It's soft. Remember that. And when you're ready, dip that quill into your inkwell and begin anew. Write with fullness and purpose and love. And don't forget the love. That's the most important.